Mid laner. Calling myself a mid laner. Oh boy.
Aren't you?
Kind of.
What's kind of?
I mean, it's like I play mid, but I don't regard myself as a mid laner, you know?
That's like the only qualification for being a mid laner is to play
Is
mid.
to play.
Yeah. I guess so.
What is it that you want to play? It seems like you have more of an affinity for safe lane.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll play post 5 or carry again.
Okay.
That could be a thing, you know? But Thompson he's special. He has this his own kind of hero pool. He doesn't really play like the meta heroes like OD or TA, like the Linas or like the classic mid heroes. But he just kind of wants to play his own thing, and it's very inspirational to see him just own with these heroes. But it's also a little bit of a weakness because you don't really have to worry about these normal mid heroes when you play against OG. You kind of know what's coming from Thompson every time.
Yeah, you're like, if a Thompson hero gets picked up, you just kind of instantly know. There's no chance of it like being switched around in the draft or anything.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And with this, it's going to be the Invoker Thompson.
Hype. That's probably one of his signature heroes, along with the Monkey King. I'm expecting a Meteor Hammer Invoker this game.
I always think of that one moment against LGD or EG where they make the comeback with Invoker, and that one play where he hits the meteor and the Deafening Blast knocks the two EG heroes into him rather than pushing them away. It was like one of those things where if you just hit it towards if you pass it by them after the tornado a little bit, they'll get pushed towards you, and it was sick.
Cute little plays by these Invoker spammers.
Are you a good invoker?
I actually practiced it before I came here.
Yeah?
I kind of wanted to know like what's up with this hero. I came into a conclusion. Probably not good enough to play this hero. I would have to play like 20-30 times to be like good.
Yeah.
I was like, I only played 5 games, but I kind of got the affinity like what this hero is good against.
I see. So what is invoker good against?
I mean, he's usually good when you can go just mid lane and you can just draw out the lane and then start rotating on the side lanes and just gank the other heroes. It's kind of like he's a natural vessel buyer too, and this game is a very good vessel game because there's Void and Tiny in the game. Tiny and Void, they don't really like this vessel item because it kind of bursts out their max health pool.
Yeah, that was something that we casted a game where the Invoker didn't have side lanes to gank, right?
Yeah.
It was Legion Commander and Lifestealer,
Yeah.
I think. And Legion Commander that did very well in his lane, too.
Yeah, those heroes don't really care about Invoker.
Trust me, he found out the hard way.
Yeah, there was a moment where he was like, he kind of moved out to a side lane. He's like, what am I doing?
Yeah. I think it was Ori, actually.
Yeah,
It was Ori, yeah. Ori made the move. I think it was against Infamous, too. Ori, like, made the move towards the lifesteal lane, and then he stopped, and then he made the move towards bottom, and he stopped, and then he just walked back mid.
You could just see him just, like, doing the mental math and figuring it out. There was nothing to do.
He probably asked his team, he was like, can I go bottom? They're like, nope. Can I go top? Nope. He's like, okay, I guess I'm going to hit some jungle creeps.
Yeah.
He was a Quaswex Invoker, and he was hitting jungle creeps.
Maybe he should have went Exor and Midas that game.
That's what I thought.
It could
Remember,
have
that
been
was
a
my
play.
suggestion.
I
It was
mean,
against the Chris Luck Storm.
Yeah.
if you can't use your cold snap on side lanes, or gank with it, it's kind of useless. You
In
have a
this
lot of
game,
dispels.
is there good lanes for him to gank?
I think a lot of good lanes. I think they can gank top, they can gank bottom. I think with top they need to move more heroes, but I think it's gonna be good.
He's a good counter initiator to when Ori wants to make plays, right?
Yeah.
As well. So it seems like in way all 3 lanes, he's a very effective against all 3 cores, which is surprising since the Invoker was picked rather early.
Yeah, I mean, it's always the thing, like, are they gonna support Invoker? Do we overreact to this Invoker or no? Do we focus on our own lineup instead? And I think BG Gaming ended up with their very good lineup. Like, they have synergy with all their heroes, kind of. Like Void, Ogre, Magnus, synergy. Tiny with Empower is just bonkers, you know? He's gonna kill with that tree grab throw.
It definitely seems like the Void lane is going very well for Paparazzi. He's just able to shrug off any of the nukes that they throw at him. He's been pressuring the Omni Knight quite a bit, but Thompson actually getting dove here in the mid lane. Fade with his illusions. Gonna be able to pick up the first blood, helping Ori in his mid lane.
I mean, OG Zeros are kind of weak early levels, but the more levels they get kind of stronger a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, just this bottom lane, right? Elder Titan adds a fight position. You got this Gyrocopter who's very level dependent as well. Gyro seems to be a surprising hero of the tournament for me anyway. When he's been separated from the IO, he actually still finds plenty of success.
Yeah, the Gyro has been buffed multiple times now.
What are some of the big buffs that stood out to you?
They gave him some more stats. I think they made Hans slightly better too. And generally, the patch kind of favors of this like Ranachu meta, like OG showed us. So Gyro is a very good hero at that.
Burns out the mana of Ori once again. As you said, it's as simple as just burning out the mana and the hero can't play Dota.
Yeah. That's why they removed it from League of Legends. Mana burn is a very unfun mechanic.
Dude, I agree.
I mean, I agree to some extent too.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. That is,
right.
I completely support Valve in their balancing decisions of Dota 2. You may not have a casting career ahead of you, Matu, but I'm still trying to salvage mine, you know?
You know, I'm gonna be fired before I was even hired. Oh boy.
Yang in some trouble. The missile's after him. He will be able to get the skewer, pulling No Tail into the tower. But No Tail doesn't care. He just wants to be able to beat down Faith. And he gets out of the range of the ink stroke, so he's not going to die. No Tail gets away with a double kill.
Oh my lord. Thank you very much.
Man, I thought at least he would kill him with the ink swell. He would at least get that stun off, but No Tail was so fast.
I mean, it was pretty close. I mean, if you kill the Inkswell hero, the stun doesn't go off, nor the damage. So it was pretty close. If the stun went off, ET would have died. Maybe the Magnus would have survived too, and you know, it would have been a whole different story.
5-minute bounty's up. And Fate's actually in good position. Mid lane, EMP goes out, or he knows his man is going to get burned, so he just throws out whatever he's got. He's got plenty of stick charges and a bottle to work with. Feels like that's one of those things you just have to change a little bit about everybody's item builds. A lot more regen.
Toss back, but Thompson should be just fine here. They're just sort of trading out a little bit.
Unless the nuke. Oh, the big hit. He's going to stroke and toss the tree. That's what you need to be able to finish off the kill.
That was a boss play.
Wait, he put on a branch and throw the tree at him?
Yep.
That's
I
sick.
like that.
That's sick.
That's really good.
If you died like that, you tip?
No.
No play is good enough for Matsu.
It was, I mean, above average play.
Above average, right. What are you giving it out of 10?
Definitely a TI player.
I see.
Like 6.5 out of 10.
6.5 out of 10, right.
Will manage to get a stun onto the Winter Wyvern. The stroke actually missing Jerix as it came for the left side, but they don't really need the damage.
I mean, I think in theory, OG's lineup is very good against VGs, but I think VG has like too much brutal force in them, you know, too much damage. Like they have these cute counters to Chronosphere like Wyvern, ET Stomp, and Omni Knight GA, but I think like in the end, like VG Gaming, if like they get even a couple hits off, like the OG heroes will just fall.
So do you favor VG's lineup?
Yeah.
Last game, I mean, you favored OG's lineup.
Yeah. I mean, that's why OG's gonna win.
I mean, you say they have like cute counters, but don't they have like a lot of really strong counters? Winter Wyvern has 2 different options. You've got Omni Knight in his toolkit. No Tail. Oh, he's actually gonna throw out the Spirit, and
that was weird. DY just kind of got tossed into the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like they're too cute.
Okay.
It's like they're too cute. Like it's like I feel like the brute force is too much. Like Empower Tiny is like. You still need to be using your spells in time for them to work.
Fade barely gets away from Thompson. Just a stick charge or 2. He was trying to stop this mid lane push that's coming out. Taking advantage of Ori's absence. Too cute. So what's a manly counter?
Manly counter.
Yeah.
Kind of like disregard the heroes that the enemy team has and just kill them. Like OG Zeros are kind of like they need to wait for VG to use their spells to use their spells.
I see.
So you kind of like you you need to wait for them to make the initial move. The manly thing would be that you have like same kind of heroes and you use your spells first.
You just have the stronger initiation and kill power and you just run at them.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
I like.
2-4, 1,000 gold lead for Vici Gaming off of this rather successful laning phase. You could see they almost had top 3 CS. It's only the gyrocopter. Just managed to eke it out at 41 and 13.
I think this game is still pretty even. We're just waiting to see where the team fights happen.
And where are the team fights going to happen?
I'd kind of like to see, the problem is normally I like to see Paparazzi just rotate in, but there's so much counter initiate for this Chronosphere. I think it actually kind of causes a problem. Because by this time he's level 6. There are some plays that normally you could make, like you could even TP in towards mid, gank, put pressure on the tower, but it's harder in a game like this because GeForce can just counter it.
Yeah, I mean you're very fine just sitting back with this Void too and just keep farming with the Bloodlust.
Well, there's your first Chronosphere, and
No
he
one
just
dies.
didn't get any bashes. Seb was able to get out the Heavenly Grace, protecting No Tail.
But I think it's hard because they don't have, there's like no kill combo with this Void.
Yeah, there's no
like,
damage
Sky.
they dump into a Chronosphere.
Yeah, there's no Sky or some sort of like huge spell that comes out from the outside.
Just wait for the tiny Aghanim's. There's your combo.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
Everything
I like
is there
that.
in that Chronosphere with Empower Tiny. Trees just throw them in. Boom.
All right, this game can't end too quickly. Then I have to see that at least once. Tornado EMP.
It does mean that they've got a slower lineup though, right? On the side of Vici.
The next level play.
Not necessarily, because OG's heroes are kind of dependent on their ultimates too to fight back, like Wyvern and GA.
So they're sort of similar in that regard?
A little bit, not quite.
Jarex.
It all comes down to like these, how do they take fights and the positioning too.
Jarex knows he's dead. He's just gonna try and buy a little bit more time.
I mean, this is also what I like. Like they have these very greedy heroes like Magnus Void, but even without Chrono, they still make these aggressive plays on them.
Yeah, and they make it away from Anna, who made the first rotation. All he got out of it was an Ogre. And Vici Gaming got the signal. Okay, time to move to the other side of the map. Anna's kind of the strongest hero in the game right now.
Instead of TPing bottom just to save out the towers, Anna's
Oh,
making
maybe
his
they're
move
still going to
top.
try and save this one, but he does manage to finish off the Grimstroke there. Gets rid of the Phantom as well. It's just straight up an RP being used by Yang, but no damage to follow it up. Not yet anyway. That's where Ori comes in. The Skewer right into him with the Avalanche Toss. An easy kill, but still looks like OG wants to fight. The Winter's Curse doesn't actually latch into Ori. The Stomp doesn't actually land either, so Ori's just going to be able to get a toss onto Jarex, bring him back into the Grimstroke, and his allies in Yang 4-7 now as they do successfully defend that tier 1 tower.
That was a zoning curse.
Well, it didn't zone enough.
Yeah, I know.
It barely zoned.
Barely zoned. Zoning crow. Zoning curse, but didn't zone.
I mean, nobody can seem to stand mid lane for too long. Like, Ori shows up and he just gets his mana burn.
Yeah.
So, as a result, Thompson's been able to chip away at that mid tower, taking it at 11 minutes.
It always feels super nice as a mid laner when you solo take tower like that.
Yeah.
Especially if none of your side lanes get taken down, because now it makes the rotation even easier.
It's a very game-winning move. Like killing mid tower like this, just like pair one hero just pushing it down. Usually you have to move like 5 heroes to get the mid tower, because like a lot of teams want to defend this tower with their lives, but it just kind of like happens because like all of the Vici Gaming heroes, they don't really want to move there. Like if they get mana burn, they feel like going base because they're not ready to fight after.
I remember your guys' game actually at the Paris Major, the 5-man mid level 1.
Oh yeah, we tried that. We tried to kill the tier 1 mid with 5-man.
That was some true cheese. Paparazzi does have stick charges, but he's not going to be able to get away from this Thompson Invoker.
Was that something you guys had practiced beforehand?
No.
I see.
Wait, that was just pure theory crafting? You
Kind of, yeah. I just tested
Okay.
it in a lobby myself.
Okay.
I was like spawning like random ass heroes with no spells on the tower and let's just hit it. What happens? But in the end, like they came with like 3 heroes and stopped us from killing the tier 1 mid tower.
What did you think would happen?
I mean, they AFK on their lanes and we just killed the tower. I mean, in my mind it was really like.
So that was your idea?
That was my idea.
I see. It went terribly.
It went so
It really did.
Kuro had Curse of Avernus level 1.
Okay, that was throwing. I told him not to skill. He was throwing. Okay, Kuro was throwing at that moment. I told him don't skill up skills that it's gonna ruin your games. You know.
This is just some casual tower hit.
Yeah, we're just gonna casually hit. It could have worked.
2-man. Smoke up from Thompson and No Tail. Just gonna get the pick off on Fade. It feels like Vici Gaming are just kind of taking turns, going mid lane and getting burned out by the EMP, or maybe dying in Fade's case.
Definitely not the place you want to be in.
And I would have fun playing Void in this game, right? You have Empower plus Bloodlust.
Perfect board game.
He should definitely get a lot of farm, but right now, unfortunately, he's behind the Omni Knight. All of OG cores.
Oh, he got him? Okay, he hesitated for a second.
No Tail gonna get fire blasted, but immediately helped out by Seb, and he's just gonna keep punching DY until he falls.
Well, they're going on the Gyro top. Gyro is down.
Yeah, Gyro is like super far forward. He's gonna get tossed back into the tier 2 with an RP on top of that. One more TP in with the Faceless Void. Paparazzi doesn't get the last hit, but at least he joins in some of the shared gold and experience.
Do you feel bad about making that TP top if you're Paparazzi?
I think it's okay, because you have Empower. That's the only reason. Usually you want to play on the bottom lane as dire.
Because then you can push out the lane and then you go farm triangle, right?
Yeah. Especially when their top tier 1 is dead already. It's kind of dangerous place to be in. So with Empower he can sweep the creep so fast, they can't really beat that fast on OG to catch him from there.
I see. Oh.
Or he's just going to try and jump in right away, but there is going to be an instant Tornado EMP. Maybe with that Inkswell they can actually finish up No Tail, and that's going to be good enough to get one pick off here. Vici Gaming, they may not be able to take that safe lane tower away from OG, but they're going to try and defend their off lane. Fade, though, going to be chased down by Ana, who just keeps on laying out the damage. He might even go for DY next. The flat cannon shots, that'll be enough to get the kill onto Fade. They know they have vision on the high ground as well.
Very heads up play from OG. They saw the TP stop, so they kind of know that not everyone from VG can be defending this tower, and then they just kind of man up there and, you know, take the hero kills.
I mean, probably the only way they lose a fight right now is off a Chronosphere. Good Chronosphere, right? So.
I mean, the Chrono kind of needs to be perfect for EP not to stomp him, or Vyver not to ult him in the Chrono, or Omni not to GA the heroes in the Chrono.
Or for him to get tornadoed.
Yeah, or get the tornado. It's a pretty rough, but I feel like if they get enough farm to just kind of like not play around these big ultimates, because right now they don't really have like the power to not play around them. But if they get like enough items of Void, they can be strong like regardless of the ultimate, just kind of keep hitting them without chronoing them, then they're gonna have a great time in this game.
This is like one of those times where you know you're weaker and you're just trying to bleed as few objectives as possible, right? While your carry gets farmed.
Pretty much.
Meanwhile, everybody on the side of OG is able to spread out, farm up. They give Jarek's the mid lane. Ana's been playing pretty ballsy at this top lane. He was super far forward last time, but I guess as you said, if he forced that rotation, at the end of the day, it does give them a tower.
Yeah.
Okay, Hori blinks out, Yang blinks in.
Okay.
Not quite sure what they want to be able to do here, but unfortunately a skewer and that bloodlusted Tiny is fast enough to run away from the stomp.
That would have been such a silly way for both of them to die.
Yeah. That was.
They're all going to run at bottom lane where Thompson, he's been solo here for a long time, and he's pretty tough to hunt down.
Classic Thompson gameplay, buys himself a ward, puts it down, sets up the tier 1 defense. I think OG is gonna smoke there right now. Gyro's gonna tip in. They're gonna like smash them here.
Yeah, he's just going to be
That's
able to get a
exactly what
sandwich
they're
in.
gonna
They're going to be able to get the tornado, EMP out, but the RP instantly being used by Yang. But unfortunately, we have this Void who's been burned out of mana. They try and toss him out to safety. Here's the Omni Knight's going to use that safety ultimate just to make sure that everyone's going to be okay, and OG can just run down any Vici Gaming heroes, including Ori on the left-hand side. Yang's going to fall as well. That is 3 cores, 2 cores. And a Sunstrike to finish anything off in style.
Style points.
He wanted that 165 stats. Oh, Jesus. Anna's just not
Anna's
stolen
going
down
for it.
either.
He has no chill, man.
This guy definitely has no chill.
DY has a fire blast.
Okay.
They can
dead.
actually maybe try and nuke
Oh,
him
he
down with a
missed.
stroke missed.
if he hits that stroke,
Yeah, he was down.
but now the rest of the team is here. If he hits a stroke,
He's
Oh,
still pretty
he's
close
still
to dying.
almost dead.
Oh, the creep.
Oh, the tornado
Oh, the
actually
third
blew
shit.
up.
Yeah.
It perched it off. That means the damage goes out instantly.
oh my
He
god.
actually maybe killed the gyrocopter.
Don't worry, Seb died for it too.
I mean, the nice thing about OG, they do something, but they do it together.
That was such a sick move though. I like that play call by you. Does he
Yeah.
do stuff like that often, Thompson? The ward drop
Yeah.
into...
I noticed, I watched some of his replays, sometimes he carries the wards for his team. And it's like kind of nice, like sometimes these supports can't be as mobile on the map, but as a mid laner, his playstyle is like moving around the map all the way, so he kind of just buys himself wards or tells them to supports to buy him wards so he can plant them himself.
And if anything, like he should have a better concept of where he wants to play on the map and where he wants to get pickoffs, right?
Pretty much,
So-
I mean, he's usually the strongest hero, right? Like from like 10 to 20 minutes
Mhm.
before Ana gets like really online, so he needs to be like the tempo controller of the team, and wards usually help to set up those plays.
I've heard this a lot, that like the strongest hero in the map needs to be the one making the calls, right? Like if
mean-
it's your late game carry, like he's the strongest hero, like he needs to actually have a voice in the game.
Yeah, I mean, like that's like the optimally the best way, but sometimes you can kind of feel the strength if you have like a good game knowledge. Generally, you
Mhm.
can usually feel the game for the player itself if he's not too talkative in the game.
Okay.
That move though, that was really nice. The smoke into the tower defense. I think part of what makes that happen too is once they took the mid tower solo and they never have to worry about the pressure there,
Yeah.
and they never lost their there was no trade.
Yeah, there's not gonna be trades once you lose these towers. Like if you go for a tier 1 like this, you can always defend it because there's no pressure on the map anymore. Because the lanes are pushing into you way too far for like the response is too slow every time if these towers die.
What was Vichi's read on that? Do you think they just assumed that OG, since they were there as 4, OG would give that up?
I think so. I think they didn't expect them to defend this tower so fiercely.
Or he does manage to get the blink away. Fade, who tried to sneak a bounty rune there with Yang. Yang,
Oh, Yang. Okay.
fortunately, there was no disables available for Thompson.
It's always weird when somebody TP's out in front of 4.
He got stuck in the like small place.
Oh, Jerix.
Level play.
The next level play indeed. Grabs the bounty rune, quickly gets out.
Usually teams are not so willing to give their safe lane tower either. It's usually just a trade-off for safe lane and safe lane tower.
Was it just, did it just come too late on the side of, like did the trade come too late on the side of Vici?
I mean, there was no trade. Their top tower was already dead at mid tower too. So
Starts
they
things out with
always
the bash. As OG,
Oh, this is awkward.
they're trying to finish up this Roshan, but Paparazzi's going to be able to get a good Chronosphere onto the 2 cores. This is perfect, but the Omni Knight,
Oh, they
there it
stacked up the
is. They
spells.
are going to be able to latch the 2 of them with a silence, as well as the RP to follow that up with a toss on top of everything else. What a sublime combo from Vici.
Oh. And they left Roshan for them with a quarter of its health.
Oh,
Dude,
that
was
could
combo
not have
gaming.
been perfect. That could not have been better.
OG didn't respect them enough in this moment. They didn't think they would be that ready. Also, they stacked up their spells to counter the Chrono. Like, they couldn't have too many counters for the Chrono. Like, they don't really know who's gonna counter what. So, like, the Wyvern ulted the Void in Chrono, and then the GA on top of that. So, they spells kind of overlap on OG's side.
Yeah. They sort of, I think they sort of need to save the curse for when the RP hits.
Maybe, yeah. See,
You
you
see
see,
right here?
they both overlap right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's free to RP, and boom, he got them all.
Yang with the big RP and Ori with that toss follow-up. But OG, as you said, you know,
There
you
will
win
be no
one fight
trades.
against
Yep.
them, and OG are like, it doesn't matter, we're going to fight again.
For sure, they don't chicken out from these situations. They get team wiped, enemy team gets Roshan, they'll get back in there. But it's also like they recognize that they don't have a RP nor Chrono, and they're kind of free. Like this is their best time to win a fight right now. Like the next fight is not gonna be favorable for them once the cooldowns are back up on Vici again.
I see. So you have to try to take as much of the map as you can right now?
Yeah, that's what they're trying. Like they gonna take any fight they can possibly get right now.
I see. So it's not just blind YOLOing in.
No, it's not really blind YOLOing. I mean, sometimes they blind YOLO in. Sometimes it's really calculated too. Like now they kind of realize they kind of miss their timing to find the fight, so they kind of play passive.
What about Vici? What's Vici waiting for now?
I mean, they probably want
Just
to wait
cooldown?
these cooldowns like completely.
Yeah.
I mean, they're almost hitting. They're gonna probably connect to either the void or the top lane. I feel like the bottom lane is more natural for them to connect on.
Grab the tier 1 and the tier 2?
Yeah, pretty much, and they take over the the jungle for them.
Get deeper wards down?
Yeah.
When will you try to connect to the triangle?
I think the triangle is very hard to get, even though you have Aegis and you're leading the game.
I see.
It's like a fortress. You have to walk up high ground,
Yeah.
and the enemy team kind of sees you, and they have superior positioning there. It's really hard to find their supporting, like the supports pretty much to burst them down in the fight.
DY. Just gonna walk it off. Thompson's not really trying to go for kills here, apparently.
You see the Magnus rotating bottom now. They're probably calling to run bottom now on all heroes. They're gonna push out mid wave and run there. No need to smoke at this point, because it's kind of obvious move that they're gonna do it at one point anyway.
Yeah. Plus they want to utilize the Aegis.
Yeah.
And do you think OG, like they shouldn't really defend? Do you think Seb should try to get it out of here? It may be too late as he actually gets skewered back into Paparazzi. There's the bash, the silence as well from Fade, making sure that Seb doesn't have an opportunity to get off the GA with just bash after bash from Paparazzi.
Yeah, this defense would be, it's too much of a death zone for them right now. They can't do it quite the same that they did 5 minutes ago. Because of the Aegis and generally the heroes got a little bit stronger now right now on their side.
We got some important timings coming up for OG as well with the INTERCEPTOR of Thompson, who with that great stomp from No Tail. Oh, he's going to throw out the Chronosphere. That's going to be able to stop the TP from Ana. Can his damage alone be able to bring him down with a BKB? He needs a few more bashes. Ana is super fast right now.
He's going to get a bash on this
He's out of mana though.
He is out of mana. He's going to have to pop Arcane Boots out from DY. That allows him to be able to jump forward. He does have that Aegis, so he can commit like this, but can his team still bail him out? They're a little bit too far away. OG are going to try and burst him down as quickly as possible with a stun. First starting off, but Paparazzi does manage to get the time walk away. But here comes the rest of EG Gaming. Still not enough to be able to bail out Paparazzi. Yang was not ready to go. Couldn't actually do any sort of skewer plays to be able to save his Faceless Void, and that means VG Gaming will just lose 1 by 1.
That was really bad from VG. Like, Magnus and Tiny used both their spells on Wyvern that wasn't even in the fight. They didn't support the Void there. They kind of just like set 1 by 1, you know. There was like 1 2v4 fight where the 4 heroes against OG's Void and Ogre, and then they slowly connect there and just feed 1 by 1 while they Tiny and Magnus killed this one Wyvern, which is kind of useless anyway.
Yeah, and he went for the snap buyback because they were fighting near the shrine.
OG sometimes does this to you. They bait you to take these random fights because it feels like they play so reckless.
I see.
So you just kind of like get over it, you know. Kill these heroes in their jungle.
Oh, he tossed him back into the tier 3 radius. They do it. The Fire Blast there as well with the 3 times multicast from DY. That amount of burst damage. It's tough to beat.
Thompson just gonna roll himself.
Jair's got the Winter's Curse just to make sure there isn't any extra pursuit.
Zoning Winter's Curse.
I remember
But
you said
Yang,
that. Oh,
he caught him.
He's got him. And this is gonna be the dieback.
Ding, ding, ding.
You said that they should just go for that bottom push into the tier 2, and instead they went back to defend.
Yeah, I think it's the right play. I think you should catch the heroes, like, because the tower pressure is not quite there, you know. They know Vici is gonna go for the bottom tier 1. It's gonna take X amount of time.
Yeah.
They're gonna get there, and they're not gonna be like just 1 or 2 heroes farming there or like pushing the tower. They don't want to be that greedy in case OG wants to defend. So OG is gonna push in the other 2 lanes, right? And then the lanes are pushing. You kind of have to deal with them again because you don't really want to trade objectives when you have the lead. Like, you're stronger in team fights. So why would you trade with the other team? You're giving them time to get back into the game.
I see. So it was the execution, not the idea. As
Oh, nice skewer back with the RP as well. Ana, he's been picked up. They're going to throw out the Chronosphere to make sure there's no chance in hell for Ana to be able to get out of here. And now a bash on a Seb, but Paparazzi's pretty low. He's going to play it safe. They do a man. Get the Soul Bind on a 2 with the silence as well. Now Paparazzi wants to jump forward with a double Fire Blast as well. Thompson being chipped away. The Stroke of Fate. The Nullifier goes out, but he goes invis. No longer being spotted by Vici Gaming. They turn back towards the tier 2. Oh, Jesus,
Yang is actually so good with these. He doesn't hesitate whatsoever either. He's not waiting to see if he hooked anybody. He just sort of goes for it.
It's funny. It's pretty good itemization by the Void 2 rushing the nullifier like this. Just got it into the fight too.
As we see
Or
right there.
just delivered it.
He had no vision, right? He
Yeah.
actually just went for that.
He just kind of went for it.
He sort of just blind went in. That was sick. Yang's a beast.
Yeah, Mode Yang.
Mode Yang.
Mode Yang. Let's go.
As a result, now up by 6K. And this is, I don't know. Do they have better late game on Vici Gaming? It's all in on this Faceless Void, but it's a lot of synergy with him.
I think the Tiny scales super well with the Empower, especially too.
Yep.
This Tiny with this new Aghanims is so much damage, especially if you get this Daedalus item. It's like kind of like any hero will die to this, like these trees flying in.
Yeah. He's got the beginning of the Crystallis and soon the Daedalus, and we'll have the combo fully complete.
I just want to see one Chrono into these tree throws, and the guy just is a goner.
At that point, I'm not even sure Paparazzi needs to hit the hero inside. All he has to do is just nullify him after the Guardian Angel, and that's about it.
Pretty much.
Yang. Invis Rune pulls him up into the high ground. Anna trying to get back down with a 4-staff from Seb is successful in doing so, and the Tornado running a lot of interference there as well.
I feel like Paparazzi hates Thompson at this point.
Yeah. That is the worst feeling. Getting your mana burn on Void all the time. He's going even Lincoln to get some casual mana regen. And against the Wyvern Curse too in the Chrono.
You got Yang with Arcane Boots, DY. I think Fade probably should have gone Arcane Boots just to help old Paparazzi out. They got a 4-man smoke up though. Gonna head towards Ori.
This might be just be a Roshan smoke. Like Roshan might be about to spawn, and they kind of wanna like get the map position in their favor before it spawns and take their hell back.
Take over that
Yeah.
fortress you were talking about. That is
Especially
the
that fortress. It's nice to hold when the Roshan is about to spawn, so you can just easily move to Roshan and claim it from there.
There it is, the jump. Tornado, a beautiful one from Thompson. Ori is still though there with the follow-up initiation. Is going to be able to toss Anna back. He does get a few trees out onto Anna as well, but the Guardian Angel from Seb. A great 4-staff from him. Does manage to help him out. Yang dies. Anna's still quite healthy thanks to Seb and all the heals. And now, Vici Gaming, I'm not sure how they're going to deal with this one. Thompson actually gets tossed over. He's like, okay, I'll take the Ogre Magi instead of Paparazzi, who's going to be forced to go for the BKB teleport out. A nasty fight for Vici Gaming.
Thompson is carrying so hard right now.
I mean, that was just a beautiful tornado reaction out of him. And look at him. He's just hunting for more. He's just going to ruin Paparazzi's...
He doesn't have BKB.
Yeah.
He might get him here, actually.
With Gold Snap trying to stop him. The Time Walk does manage to go out. He throws out the Chronosphere, but I'm not sure if you could stick around for this one. They do have a buyback coming out from Yang, but he's not going to complete the TP. The Mask Command is going to wear out, so he will be able to Time Walk once. But Thompson can still catch him with another Cold Snap, and now Anna's going to be here as well. Yang, he needs to be able to run some interference, but he just doesn't have it. He knows if he goes in, he'll just die as well. Right next to Paparazzi in the graves, and now OG, they just go for the high ground.
This is an Alacrity gyrocopter. He's going to take this really quickly.
Rax is dead. I would like for them to go for the tier 4s too.
Yeah, might as well, right? There's still tier 2s up, so you don't have another option.
The Ogre needs to plant trees for the Tiny to toss into them. That is the best play right now. And then they RP5 of them.
Oh, Ori almost finished him off, but No Tail gets healed. What a great cold embrace from Jerix, and now he's just going to slow down Ori. Ori knows he's probably dead, so he's going to try and finish off No Tail, but the damn Cold Snap doesn't let him swing.
And they're just bleeding heroes out right now. That was so well done. The timing of that by Thompson with the Tornado. He's playing this very well.
He does have a buyback, and he tries to use it. They do manage to get the Skewer back into the tier 4s, but Anna is super tanky. Oh, what? Ori just tossed him down. That's a triple kill for him, and it looks like Seb tossed over. Yang looks to be able to finish that one off as well. Ori, he did it. He showed up big time.
What happened?
The tree toss.
Did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wrecked him.
He just got the crit.
Empower Tiny.
Empower Tiny. You were right.
Yes.
I like how you don't even know that you're right.
Brute force. Brute force, you know? Just have damage. All these cute spells, they're not gonna do anything. It's too much damage.
They were outplaying them for so long there, and now...
Yeah, OG played that so well, but VG is kind of like just winning because of the nature of their lineup is slightly easier to play.
We're going to see that one again. This was the initiation from Ori earlier on his first step.
This is such a nice stomp too. They had the Grimstroked Magnus on the top side too.
Everything was so nice about this.
Yeah, and then we see right here.
Tiny.
Okay, buys
coming
back,
in.
TP's in, tries to slow down Anna, and then look at
Look
that,
at the
go,
tree
ooh,
throw.
the tree toss, man. Just 2 or 3 trees, that's all it took. We head back into the game where Paparazzi has the Aegis now.
It looks so funny because they just vanish.
Yeah, the Aghanims actually, like, another thing about the Aghanims is you have this Echo Saber, and you keep throwing these trees, and the trees hitting you, they apply the Echo Saber slow, so you can't really move away from the area anymore once you get hit once. So it works very well together.
It's just like trying to get out of like Wukong's command, right?
Pretty
It's
much,
just like the
pretty much.
slow is just bringing you down. The Soulbind, okay, a naked Soulbind onto Anna, so
That was
he's
a
not going
BKB
to try and
pop.
run into his team. Paparazzi using his BKB as well. He's just going to go straight for Anna if possible, but we do have the GA and Jerix. Look at his positioning. He's ready to go with the Winter's Curse on the second life of the Void because he's already lost his Aegis.
That was
They're
the
going to
BKB.
surround him. Paparazzi does manage to get the time walk away. Fade sitting on the side here, can't really do much to help out Paparazzi. Thompson's just going to ghost walk forward. They know exactly where Paparazzi's headed right now. They're going to be able to get the cold snap, but without a BKB, there's not much they can do. Yang tries to jump in with
the
the
tree
tree
toss
volley. He
again.
got the Invoker, but he skewered out of the rest of the tree volleys. So
gonna have it
Seb,
again
No
soon.
Tail, and Jerix,
He
who
has
are all
Daedalus now.
low.
I think he can kill the Gyro if he runs in.
Let's see, he's got the cheese as well, so he can kind of bait him in if he wants to. Or he's going to get a little bit low, throws out the Avalanche. Is he going to try and fight at all? He does have a toss-up. He's going to use the cheese. Nope, he just stunned for a bit too long. Back over to Jerix, who is with the Yules on a fade.
That was a buyback, by the way, from Paparazzi during all of this. He's going to try to deal with this mid-wave. No, he's going to farm out these creeps. I think that Paparazzi's being a little bit too impatient.
Yeah, he's not playing well this game.
I mean, what was the naked Soulbind into Paparazzi popping BKB and jumping down?
Yeah, so that he could dodge the rocket. And then I
Like-
felt like he got desperate there.
Yeah,
he knew
did.
he messed up.
The thing is, they're not even in a rush. They have got 80 cheese. They can just push the tier 2, take it slow, you know, play the map and maybe poke high ground a little. I mean, maybe they got too little excited there.
Yeah. I think part of it too is that once he knew he popped the BKB, he felt like he had to make the play
Yeah,
right after. It's sort of like when you make one mistake and you try to make up for it by
a little bit, yeah.
you
That
make
is
this
the
big
thing.
play.
I think now the game is too much on the tiny shoulders. I think it looks pretty grim for them.
Without the tiny around, it's going to have to be a perfect Chronosphere. The problem is, Zeb, he's just had great positioning every single time, hasn't been caught inside a Chronosphere yet. Always been able to get off the GA to protect his carries. So somebody else is going to have to change things for that. It looks like DY's just going to try and
Casual
approach and
feed.
die.
Buying some time.
Yeah, slowing him down slightly. Uh-oh, Paparazzi. He's going to be forced to use his BKB here. He's going to be stomped. Time walk out.
Always out of mana though is the problem.
Yeah.
The racks, they're gonna glyph for their range racks, but I
like
feel
how
as
he
though this is
finished.
just gonna die.
I like how he finishes the melee by like stand facing the other way so he can get 4-staff while the Aghanims just keeps hitting the rest.
Oh, yeah.
Cute
Good
little
call.
play. You know?
He's closing in on his 25 as well.
He bought himself the tome. What do you take? Triple missiles?
Triple missiles for sure. I mean the global call down is quite underwhelming.
I think especially in a game like this, right?
Yeah.
It's usually, sometimes I see people take it once they get super creep, once they lose like one side to push out the lane.
Then it's okay. It's. I mean, I guess you should have to take the both talents, take the cooldown on it too. But the plus 40 movement speed is too good. You can't skip that talent.
Now Mjolnir's completed too. They're immediately gonna go for, that was a smoke, right? And they're drawing the line. They want to go through.
Finish off this tier 2 that the Siege Wagons have
Good
already
ball.
brought low.
problem with VG, they need to find the backlines for OG's heroes, because otherwise, like, this Gyro he's too supported right now by this Omni and Wyvern. He can't really fall, so if the Gyro just keeps hitting the buildings, there's not much play except just trying to skewer the Gyro deep back in and then just kind of burst him down and snap the Chrono on the other heroes.
Okay, just go for it. They're going to throw out the Chronosphere. They do have the tree volley there as well. Paparazzi's ready to go with the Nullifier, but no damage being done. Anna perfectly healthy. Now he's going to get skewered back a little bit deeper. Now the GA ends up going down, but Anna is going to be able to quickly heal up off of the Satanic. It's just too much lifesteal. They can't compete with that, especially with the Alacrity damage out. That's why VG Gamer just going to try and reset underneath their fountain. Paparazzi jumping in, going for a different target, but Seb had the Ghost Scepter, so he's going to be okay. The Cold Snap is really causing Paparazzi some serious pain. Another round of Tree Volley, but the Ghost Scepter is able to protect. What a beautiful RP, but a Winter's Curse instantly counters it, and now Yang is being maced in the face by Paparazzi, as well as the Cold Embrace being able to save tops, and a Tornado throwing him up in the air with Anna able to finish him off. No buyback from Paparazzi, no buyback for Ori, and that's it. VG Gaming will call GG, and the series of the first and second place of their group will end 1-1.
I feel like VG should have won this game.
Yeah, I feel like OG's MVP was Paparazzi this game.
Oof.
Wait, what?
Damn.
Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that actually.
You know, it's funny, we've been talking about it. When we were casting VG Gaming, we were talking about how the rest of the team was stepping up quite a bit for VG Gaming. It feels like it's no longer the Paparazzi show so much like it used to be.
Not really. I feel like they're overall kind of a lot more better as a team. Like it's not really this Paparazzi, like this amazing kid that just kind of carries them like Miracle usually does. And it's like, it's more like, I mean, Dota comes down to it's a team game after all, so.
Yeah. Well, OG do manage to snag their victory. Not that it changes a whole lot. They still end up first of their group. VG Gaming still end up second. But it was a fun match to cast. Thank you, Matamba Man, for joining us. We really appreciate it, dude.
Yay!
Thanks, man. Hopefully we'll see you maybe a little bit for main event, some panel or something.
We'll see about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'd love to have you. If not, I believe that closes out the group stage of the International. We are ready to go for the playoffs. Can't wait. We're going to have a break day tomorrow, but
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a closeout.
TI starts soon, buddy.
TI starts soon. I'm sorry. I feel you.
I'm sorry.
Really.
All right, guys. That's it.